Yeah, homie.
You can be the ops.
I'm just curious to know anything and everything about you. What do you want me to know?
Honestly, nothing. I'm feeling smothered. Back off a little bit.
You want your mother space? I'll give it to you.
I think I'm good here.
This is a play place for real.
I prefer in a partner is somebody who actively takes care of themselves.
You gonna learn today.
Where do you want to begin, Miss Lady?
Okay. Let's see. I don't, do I have to go first?
You don't have
Ladies
to.
first all the
Yeah, I
time.
mean, I'll just do ladies first, but you don't have to.
Listen, I'll let you go. Because let me tell you, tuggled. That's a word, a new word. I don't mean that. I tussled with who I would want to like talk about. Like all of these mofos
You had some shit with him this
had
episode.
some shit with them this week.
Had some
Yeah.
shit with him
So
this
I'll
episode.
let you pick
Had some shit
first.
with him. So, all right. Um. mm, all right. I'll start with Madison and Allen. We'll start with Madison and Allen this week. We'll start with Madison and Allen this week.
Okay.
I don't feel like they got into a lot,
Hmm.
but I feel like there was questions, surrounding. She called him a pushover. I was just explaining that sometimes you may, be like tired of the bad boys, and you want the nice guy, or you might even need the nice guy, but that don't mean you're gonna be attracted to the nice guy.
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts.
So, she called him a pushover and, tried to make sure she was explaining to him, to stand on your square. So that is what is going to attract me to you. I think that's what she was saying to him.
Yeah, facts. When she called him a caregiver, I just almost fell out on the floor. Like, damn, Madison, like a caregiver though. A pushover caregiver, like, and I get that she was trying to get her point across. Um, I do feel like her knowing that he is a soft, sensitive, gentle type of guy, that I do feel like she is just a little bit too harsh,
Right.
just like in her like she's harsh and she's nice too about it. Like she's not rude or disrespectful or anything, but she's just so in your face. And Alan, I feel bad for him a lot of the times because he just sits and just takes it. Like he doesn't
Really does.
really, yeah, he doesn't really give back a lot of response other than, well, what is it that I can do? Or I don't know. I just feel a little bad for Alan at times.
So I feel like there's still a lot to see, between them. I don't know if she's going to be physically attracted to him. So I'm trying to wait for the doctors to come in because I think when the doctors come in, we're going to see like everybody do a 380
Yeah,
or a
yeah, I agree.
360. My bad.
I
But
agree.
what is your thoughts on Madison and Allen?
Well, first of all, like let me just like dissect medicine a little bit and like what I see. Like I see chatty, I see very outgoing in your face. And I know we'll talk about the whole gym with
To David.
yeah, with David. I was gonna call him SP, but that's their nickname.
Fair.
Um I don't know. I feel like the version that she gave to David about certain things, she's still very honest and true with Alan, but I just feel like
It wasn't the same.
it wasn't the same,
Mm.
right? Like that energy just wasn't the same of how she was saying it to David, and then she'll bring it back to Alan. And I think maybe she's like trying not to really hurt his feelings,
Right.
but it's just some things that are just not connecting for her. I don't like that. I don't like that.
You
I
don't
don't
like that
know.
it's not connecting with her?
No, I don't like that she's doing it the way that
Oh,
she's
okay.
doing.
Okay.
Like I don't like that. Like that's one thing if we go back to just past episodes, not necessarily Married at First Sight, but or whatever the case may be, it triggers me when you talk openly to
Right.
someone else and I don't know the true feelings, but somebody else does.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And not that
So you
she's
would want
not
you want her to crush him.
just crush him. I think, let me tell you, and obviously crushing him is going to hurt, and we don't want to see anybody get crushed, especially not Alan nor his mama.
Facts.
Okay,
Out the mouth.
okay, right. Shout out to mama. But I feel like he's grasping, trying to find or do anything to like fit her mold somewhat. What is it that I can do? Do you want me to be more aggressive? Do you want me to this? And he's trying to take notes and he's trying to take heed. But I think that even when he does that, he will just still probably not do it for her
Right.
100%.
Right.
And
Because
I
it's not
think she
deep.
knows and feels that, right? And
It just ain't the one.
just not the one. And she's given some effort and she's putting a good foot forth. But I still feel like in that conversation with David, like she already kind of know like this ain't that for me.
Right. Right.
So
I don't like the like just the genuineness of it. I don't like the genuineness of it. Like sometimes, some things should flow naturally, and sometimes you being extra. So it's like when she talked about it's okay. I told him it's okay for him to, put his hand on the small amount. Is he putting he ain't put his hand up your pussy? Like, what are we talking
right,
about here?
right, right.
I don't understand the extremeness on the I'm not so comfortable with X, Y, and Z. And like, what are we? Are
What are
y'all
we
fucking?
talking about?
Like,
Right.
what?
He ain't fondle your breast. He
Right.
ain't grab your ass or anything like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. What's going on. With Madison out. There's still a lot left. You got anything else on them? Any more questions? Or
No, I just be irked at how fucking red Alan be turning.
I
Like
can't.
everything flushes his skin, like especially when he was like, and it almost some of it almost felt like he felt uncomfortable even by the gym,
Right.
like even by her being at the the gym with David, not uncomfortable that anything was going on or anything like that, but maybe almost that he knew like some shit talking was going on. Because if you notice, as soon as she walked in, and maybe it was just set up that way, but as soon as she walked in, he was like, "So, did you work out with anybody? Was anybody down there?" And she's like, "Yeah, David, da 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 da." And he's like, "Oh, okay. So, what did you guys talk about, or just how did it go?"
So how do you feel like that? Because she did mention, in her past relationships, the guys were like super like over like watching her
Yeah,
moves and not trusting her behaviors and things of that nature. How do you feel about or the episode starts off or basically with her and David being at a gym. So how do
right.
you feel? Us just coming here, us just being married, us supposed to be getting to know each other. How do you feel if your partner dips off and has a conversation about you already?
Right. I'm feeling not necessarily like upset, um, but I would be again, that's a trigger for me. So I would be definitely thrown aback and I would definitely have to address it because I just feel like in the beginning, sure, we're all going to express how we feel, but this was an isolated conversation. It wasn't like a group setting where, all the guys were and they talk, or all the girls and they share, whatever the case may be. This was like, okay, y'all could have just been talking about, hey, well, how often do you work out? Or, hey, what are some health regimens that you do that maybe I could, you know, hop on, like whatever the case may be. Like, we could have saved this chit chat about the
So
partners.
you feel like it's a trust thing or a boundary thing, but I'll play devil's advocate. It's like maybe I just want a different perspective from
Absolutely.
the other side.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree. I honestly feel like we all need multiple perspectives. Because I find a lot of times that some of the shit that I do just be pure, pure, and I definitely need a perspective that's gonna like, you know, settle me.
Girl, me out.
Um, yeah, but I also feel like if it's not some shit that I'm saying to my person, or if it's not some shit that they know exactly where I'm coming from, or
That's
we've had
tricky.
this,
Ouch.
I know, and I
I'm gonna
get,
tell you why it's tricky. I'm gonna tell you why it's tricky because we haven't built that yet. We haven't built that yet. That me for me to even feel safe to do all that. What you're saying, that has to be a built foundation. We don't
okay.
have that yet.
Do you feel like, okay, maybe we might not have that yet, but do you feel like maybe that will help us build a foundation or begin
Right?
to build a foundation?
Right. But what I'm saying by even having the foundation is I don't know if it's safe
Hmm.
yet.
Hmm. Okay.
So I might not want to say, this over here because I don't know how you gonna take it because I don't know you like that.
Right. Yeah, I definitely see it in that aspect. Like I can see it in that aspect. I don't think in any other time would I see that or
Right.
would I feel okay with that. But I do see your point. And yeah, and maybe if I was in that position, I would need that, I would need that second ear or just a different perspective too as well. And it wouldn't bother me. Um, but I think like for established situations, that's where it bothers me the most.
Right, right. Definitely
Yeah,
in established situations you
yeah.
would have that knowledge of how the person will react and um the foundation and the trust and all that. But
Okay.
before we move on, let's say we are there and I know you can't handle the truth.
We are there. Can't handle the truth. Then it's nothing at that point. It's nothing you can say.
Right,
You
but
have to.
are you
You
still mad that I had the conversation with somebody else? Like maybe
right. That's what I'm.
I'm trying to work through this to see it. Like maybe I'm tripping. Like sometimes I'll be like, yo, man, I'm tripping. Let me holler at somebody else see if I'm tripping.
Right.
But I
Right.
can't holler at you about it because I already know.
Right. Then the person that's going to be upset, there's nothing that they can say. It's nothing that they can do. They
So
have
you
to
mad, but
allow
are
a
you
person.
letting it go?
Yeah. I might be mad. Like, listen, I am one that I can feel. Trust me, I'm human. I say it all the time. Like, and I can feel certain ways. I can, but I also know how to feel it within myself and have school with myself a little bit and and go through that battle within and in my own mind versus bringing it into the space. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I might feel some type of way about that, but how can I?
Right.
If I'm not going to receive it well, or if I haven't gotten to the point where I can take it in, then I don't have no choice. Because what am I supposed to do? Just have, my person or my partner or whatever the case may be, holding in feelings, holding in truths, and holding in expressions, and et cetera, because I don't know how to behave or I don't know how to receive shit or I can't handle the truth. That's not fair. So
Well,
sometimes, you got to pull your own coattail.
I don't know when a lot of people care about fairness.
I know.
They'd be like, I don't give a fuck. You
I
don't
don't
be
give a
telling
fuck.
my businesses.
Yeah, and that's definitely true. But my thing is too, this is when you have to flip the script. You have to go to the flip side and really think about it. Like, how is this fair? Like at all, whether you believe in fairness or not. Like check yourself sometimes.
They not, but that's a good thought.
I know. But before we get off of Madison and Allen real quick, there is one little point that I want to bring up. She says he asked her because this topic of like his broccoli undies, his
Not the
little
Broncos, I guess.
dolphin shorts, or his little patterns that he loves so much, and he says to her, "Hey, are you comfortable? walking around with me dressed as I am, or however he worded it. And she said, at this moment, no, I'm not.
Stop
What would
dressing
you
like a
do?
geek. First of all, stop
Uh,
dressing like a fucking geek.
um,
Stop dressing like a geek, first of all. And secondly, this is what I mean by a time and a place. There's a time and a place for everything. So if you know you're going on a honeymoon, you know you don't know my quirky shit yet. You don't know
mhm.
my quirky shit yet. So can I keep some of that shit to a limit? I want you to be yourself, but you gotta keep some shit to a limit. Or you gotta, know the time and the place for everything. You can wear some regular fucking drawers, my nigga, or some regular fucking clothes. You don't gotta wear dumb shit every fucking day. Nigga, dress.
Yeah. Mm,
Learn how to
yeah.
dress.
Facts. I mean, I don't think I've seen him with anything
Right.
not printed, either broccolis or lemons or
Like this is
pineapples or
like there's a time when you supposed to be dressing to. Did people forget that you supposed to be dressing to impress?
yeah,
When
pretty
you just
much.
meet somebody and you trying to will them in, you're trying to dress to impress. And people going to say, well, you should always be yourself. Yes, you should always be yourself, but you should also dress to impress.
That's facts. That's facts. But you know what? To some people, they are so quirky that they feel like they're dressing their best.
I can't.
Like, but I mean, you think about when we the past season, and I can't remember what season it was that we just watched.
I think 12.
It was, yeah, season 12. When the one guy, can't remember the names, was stuck in the 80s. Remember? And
Right.
he
The
was
old dude,
dressed in
Jake, I think.
yes, Jake, right. And she bought him some shirts and she tried and he just was uncomfortable. He was comfortable being quirky and weird. And some people just think they're doing their best.
Right. And some people are just corny.
Yeah, something.
Some
This
people
is
are just
true.
corny. I love the meme of that that I saw going around and said, "Yo, you always want me to take you out on dates and shit, but you can't dress."
Right,
Like I'm not
right.
fucking taking you out. You fucking can't dress. Like,
All right. Do you at least know how to throw something cute on, some shit on?
and that's a fact, man. I'm sorry, and that might ruffle some people's feelings, or
No,
whatever it may be. But you dress like a fucking idiot, weirdo.
right.
You a
Like what you
weirdo.
was supposed to.
What you
Right,
got on,
right.
weirdo? What you got on, weirdo?
Yeah, yeah. What you got on, weirdo?
All right, what's up? Who you all go to next?
Okay, let's go to um Juan and Carla.
One in color, one
Yeah,
in
because they had
color,
a really calm
one
episode
in
this
color.
episode.
I feel like they was cute this episode.
They were very
I feel
cute.
like they was really cute this episode, man. I do
Yes.
want to say, I guess their first initial interactions where they're like eating breakfast or whatever it was, they started off by having a finance talk. And he told her that, he's in a current state of grinding and he's trying to get his business off the ground. And he was like, I know you like to splurge and travel and do X, Y, and Z. And he was like, you can do whatever you want to do with your money. But I'm over here doing what I'm trying to get done. And he was like, if you want to go on vacation by yourself, you can go ahead and do that. So are you going on vacation by yourself,
Never. It's like,
Ish?
no, no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't foresee it. I think too much. Like I think about just foreign countries and being by myself and traveling by myself, being targeted. Like I think about that, but that's only probably because I work in the criminal the criminal law field and I just see and hear so much. Yeah. So that's always in my forefront. But um I don't know. I can appreciate somebody that will offer you like to go. Like, hey, I don't want you to stop your living. You
Right.
could do it on your dime if you want. Sure, go ahead. I'll let you live. But here's where I am and I'm focused. So I could appreciate him saying that.
Facts. I'm not opposed to, you going on vacation by yourself, because y'all know I hate vacations. So it's not a thing. I wouldn't go on vacation by myself necessarily. I would go on
Right.
a business trip by myself, but not just a vacation by myself. I
Right.
would. But and I would trust you and be good with you going on vacation by yourself.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that when she was talking to him, there was a good moment in there where she's telling him, even if you can't take care of me, knowing that you want to take care of me, I'm
Is
good.
enough.
And
Love that.
everybody can't stand on that.
Yep. No, I was so happy when she like clarified it.
Right.
Because when they were chopping it up and they were giving you your previews, it made it seem like, hey, Carla just wants that
Right.
yes,
I want you to take care of
she
me.
want to
That's
be
it.
cat. I want you to take care of me. So I was glad to hear her be expressive the way that she was and how she just kind of cleared the air like, hey, listen, I it doesn't necessarily have to be financial.
Right.
Your need, your want, your desire to just take care of me, to make me feel safe, to make me feel like a princess, to make me feel wanted and loved. That's all I need.
Right.
That was dope. Yeah.
And a lot of times, people are going to get lost, like when you hear those words. And I'll do a topic at some point about that, the words
Mm-hmm.
and the
Hmm.
loss of translation shit. So
Yeah.
when somebody says, "I want you to take care of me," that don't always mean financially.
Financially. Correct.
That don't always mean financially. All right, I need to talk about this boat thing, man.
I
I
know.
need to talk about this boat thing, man. So they get into this boat, right? And all of a sudden, they fall in the water. But that is not the part that kills me. The part that kills me is wine is wet. This
And
chick
she
is
is
dry
right.
little motherfucker.
Mhm.
I was like, what the fuck?
Who, what, when, where, how? Her hair wasn't wet.
Nothing.
Her clothes wasn't soaked. We ain't see a nipple print, near not a nothing. But she said that she like, did she jump from the boat to like the
We couldn't
dock, the little
see.
deck thing?
We couldn't see because they knocked the
Uh,
camera down. But what I do know is wine was wet. And she was dry to the
And she
motherfucker.
was dry,
And they
dry.
was
She
in the
probably,
water. They was in the
yeah,
water.
she probably tilted the boat over so that she can jump to the deck, and that's probably how he felt.
But
No,
also y'all gotta remember she be on her gypsy shit. I
yeah.
don't
Hey,
know. I don't
she
know.
might have just rose up. She might have just rose up and went on over.
She be on her gypsy shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I do see Juan and Carla connecting, I would say, and
Mhm.
talking more because I think the first couple episodes they wasn't like really talking about things. They were just like having fun. So they still are having fun, but they also are communicating more now to me.
Yeah, facts. I enjoyed their little massage
Right,
talk,
right,
and even Juan just being expressive, like, I want to approach this relationship just a little different. Majority of the time, I base and build things off of and around sex.
right.
This time, I'm suppressing some
Right.
of my thoughts and feelings about her sexually just so that we can get to know each other and build more of a foundation there. So I thought that was cool how he expressed that. And then, they still have their little fun flirty ways and conversations as well. So that was
I
pretty
thought she
dope.
was naked when they was eating breakfast. I ain't gonna hold you. When she had that
I
little joint
know.
on, I thought she was naked under that
I,
joint. I
I
kept on looking
know.
like, is she naked under that joint? Like, yeah.
I know. Like she wasn't, but I will tell you this. This was one of my pet peeves, and I'm a big pay attention is that I done made another word on certain things, but did you see the fucking bottom of Juan's feet
No, I didn't see it. What happened? He had dirty feet.
about as dirt black as that hat
That's a shame. What happened? When though? When?
at,
When?
at the breakfast when they was on the
He might.
balcony and he
He
had his feet up and they were talking?
he probably was walking around in the bullshit. I ain't gonna. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna penalize him too much because it wasn't like he came home, from going to the store or something. If he was dirty, like
I
he
know, but
walking around out there in Mexico, so maybe his feet got
yeah, that's true. But I'm like, yo,
still,
you
yeah,
gonna have to
still
go,
you
yeah,
have your
wipe
feet
your feet
dirty.
off or something. Like
Yeah.
that just looks unappealing.
I'll give him a little. I'll give him a little bit of pass, man.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah.
has questions or thoughts or comments on Juan and Carla?
Yep, just one last thing.
Go ahead.
The magic wand discussion on the bus.
Listen,
Carla. Okay.
Carla was letting her freak flag fly on the bus, and she just like went totally left field from the whole rest of the crew, and just like started talking about dick and
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 pussy
and protecting your semen and not wasting it and all kinds of shit.
and making sure that what enters you
Right.
is sacred and sanctified.
And I
Okay.
felt like Camille was like,
Yeah. She was like him and she was like, what is happening here? So my question to you in regards to that, and not that, I mean, obviously, she just elevates just on a different level. Like she has different beliefs, she's into the meditation, the energies, the third eye, like just, all of that stuff. Um, Open forum, a group discussion, group talk. Are you comfortable with your person being like Carla? Because if you notice, Juan was a little quiet and he was in the
he
back, and they
was.
was like, "Where's Juan? Like, why didn't he saying anything?"
I love Carla. I love that Carla's a free spirit. I love that she's open, just to talk about whatever it may be, even if that is the magic wand dicks. Um, I would have just said, time and place once again. We're just getting to know these people. They might not be as open as you.
Right,
This might not have been the time and place for that.
right, right,
But I wouldn't
right.
have been mad at it. I wouldn't have been chirping. I would have been laughing actually, and I would have been like, "Yo, you wild! Like, how you ain't had to do that right there, right like that."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I would have been chirping.
Yeah, Juan was like, "I'm taking notes." They was like, "Wow, where are you at?" He's like, "I'm back here taking notes." And
Yeah,
like everybody gave some funny commentary, like Thomas said, well, I'm glad I got to know that I got a magic wand or a magic stick or whatever." So I don't know. I think some people was a little uncomfortable with it,
right.
not uncomfortable, but just like cringy a little bit. Um, but I definitely thought that was hilarious.
Everybody's not comfortable talking about sex like out loud in front of a group of people.
Yeah.
Um, they just be like when they prude shit. But
Mm-hmm.
teach his
Yeah,
own.
facts.
Teach his
To
own.
each his own. Yes.
Um, I did want to say that. How do you feel about her? Speaking about the waste of it,
The waste of
the semen. She was
ju-
like,
the
"You shouldn't let your
semen.
semen be go to waste."
Yeah. I mean, we haven't had this discussion in like erotic zone yet, but semen retention is a big thing, and it does connect to a spiritual basis. Um, retaining your semen, not only does it help and heal your body, like the male's body, but it's full of potency and full of electric energies, etc. So just wastefully letting it go, some people think and study and believe that you should not do that.
Exactly.
For some people, it's like, okay, well, I'm just busting a nut. It's just go, I'm get it out, I'll get it off.
So I'm
But
kind
yeah,
of
it's true.
I'm kind of 50-50 on that because like, what does that mean? Like, so I can't bust like on you if I wasted it if I squirt on your belly.
Yeah, well, I think what she was trying to say was just went like a little deeper than just that. Like not wasteful in the sense of where you put it, right? But just wasteful in the sense of make sure that the person that you're coming in or on
Right.
is of purpose.
Right.
That
So
they
that's what I mean. I think that she also meant to like put it inside of me. That's my energy too.
okay. Yeah, yes, yes, I do. I do agree. Okay, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was just asking. So I can't even bust on your stomach and shit. Like, what if I do it by accident? Are you gonna be mad at me? Like, you
Well,
wasted my shit.
hey, listen, if Carla really thinks about it or she really want to get down with it, she understand that's full of vitamin D. And even on the skin, it's still elevating your skin, your your body in some way, shape, or form. So it's not wasteful at all.
Fix. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so I don't think they smashed yet. But
No.
it's only just because they're just talking, trying to get to know each other. They're gonna smash eventually, I believe. They are, attracted to each other. I would say
Yeah.
they are attracted to each other. I would say. All right. Who is left, man? Everybody else is a shit show, man. I'm gonna save them all for last. Let's do Camille and Thomas, your new favorite couple.
Okay.
Let's
Come
do
on,
Camille and
Thomas. They were cool. Like this was actually pretty light, pretty fun to watch.
Thomas.
Um, I feel like I feel like they're safe. Like I feel like they're the least toxic of the bunch
Right.
right now. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But I feel like they're building a nice foundation, lots of trust, definitely safe space.
Right.
They're both able to communicate, share experiences from the past, hurtful traumas or things that, stick out in their childhoods, with their upbringing. He discussed being adopted and how he found out. Um,
All right. So let's
mhm,
give the people the information if they have not seen
yeah.
it. They were having dinner or whatever, and he's telling her, "Yeah, I basically found out I was adopted from seeing my mom make like a Facebook post."
Wow, word. Nasty word. Why would
And
you think
when y'all like question my shit when I be like I don't really do family. These are the reasons right here when I be like I don't really do family shit because it's always some secret society shit going on around in the background that I don't want no parts of.
that?
Finding out that you're adopted from your mom posting it on Facebook or some shit is wild work saying I'm so grateful for our adopted twins. What?
Right, that's wild. That's wild. And then, like, did you not for 1 second think that maybe somehow under the cherry moon that they were not going to see it or that somebody wasn't going to show it or say hey or what have you? Like, that was so crazy to even do that.
If you were adopted, would like what age would you like have to find out or prefer to find out?
Um, I think, and I grew up hearing this all my life, so I'll just explain a little bit of why and how. But I would say teens, like 13, like teenage years, you're starting to get ready to go into high school, you're growing, your mind is growing, you know what I mean? You're becoming a young adult, things like that. You're able to handle, you're able to process and maybe understand. Um, so I would say maybe around that time. My mom worked for the National Adoption Center, which was based out of Philadelphia, nonprofit organization, and she worked for them for 40 years.
Okay.
So, she helped in placing children with families and the whole adoption process. And therapists and people always say that going into the teen years will be the most ideal, although they don't discourage it from children that are younger, like say like 6 or 7, like, hey, well, mommy and daddy, not biologically, you know what I mean, starting to explain, but they just still don't fully comprehend. So the young adult years are probably, the most ideal for me too.
So he said he just basically recently found out. So he's 42 now. So if he found out in his 30s, I would say I don't think I give a fuck. Like if I find out in my 30s, like I think I
Mm-mm.
more if I find out in my teens.
You think you would okay? Can you say that one more time?
I think that I care more if I find out in my teens. By the time I'm in my 30s, I've already lived my parental experience. I don't really give a fuck. When I'm in my teens, it's like really serious to me.
Got it.
That's how I
I
was.
That's how you would see it. Okay. I mean, I feel like no, you would. I feel like I swear, I feel like you would be like, do you believe? You might not care as much, but it still might. You still might care a little bit. You don't think in your
No, I'm not gonna
30s late?
like I'm not gonna be in my 30s and be like, yo, this whole time my life was a lie. I'm going on a journey to find my real parents.
No,
No, I'm already grown. I'm living my own life by now.
right. But even not knowing to be able to connect some dots in your own life that you're living,
Listen,
it's
you
not
see, you
important.
see my regular life right now. I don't give a fuck.
Right, right. You're a different beast, T. I love it. I love it.
I don't give a fuck. What are we doing?
What
Like,
are we doing? What do we
I'm
care?
not searching like for
Right.
no parents. Like, what am I supposed to? You 36 years old. You show up on somebody's door like I'm your son. That's weird as shit to me. Like, that's
Mhm.
super fucking weird. I mean, like,
Right.
I understand it, like, if, for medical issues or whatever, or like if you just want to know your family history, like you want to
Yeah.
know the diseases or whatever, or you just want to know your bloodline, shit like that. But by the time I'm that age, I don't give a fuck.
Give a fuck. Right.
When I'm
Right.
a teen, I'm like, all right, I still like, it's still like a factor to me because you still can be like a father figure or a mother figure to me, or I just want to know the information.
Mm.
If I'm grown, I don't need you to be a father figure or a mother figure to me.
Right.
I'm
Right.
grown.
I'm grown. That ship has sailed.
Yeah, that ship is out.
That ship has sailed.
I'm cool. I'm cool on that. All right.
Hmm.
So they started off. We see them spending some quality time together. They went on that little canoe boat ride. So are you an active person, like on vacation? You doing shit like that?
Love it. We better not be just sitting and chilling. I'm sorry. We can sit and chill, but we gonna be doing some action during that sitting and chill time. But I want to be experiencing definitely like
Is
things
something
that I
that you
haven't done. Huh?
is this something that you won't do?
Mm-mm.
So
No, I think I'm down to
you
try
do
anything.
skydive and everything,
Hmm.
bungee
Yeah,
jump.
bungee jumping. I want to bungee jump so bad.
I
I
can't.
do. I do. I'm a thrill seeker. I do like that kind of stuff. As long as it don't make me feel sick and stuff. Like I don't like the nauseousness. So, but like yeah, I'm down with all of that. Like the water, love. I love the water. So I'm definitely wanting to canoe, boat, snorkel, deep sea dive. Like I want to do all of that. Skydive, parasail.
I'm not mad at that. All
Yeah.
right. So, they started off, you gotta see who's leading, listening, whatever. Are you leading or are you listening? When we
I huh.
when we start these activities, are you leading or are you listening?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening. And then if there's a point or a space where I'm needed to be a leader, then sure, I don't have no problem stepping up. But I like to listen. And I actually like really agreed with Camille a little bit just in regards to that, like just in her everyday life. You know what I mean? She has to make a lot of decisions. She has to be the one that's actually, like giving direction and orders and all of that. So she's okay to be in a leadership position, but she would, rather much listen and follow and let him lead.
Well, once again, this is a slippery slope because a lot of women who are in their regular life in their leadership position, they don't know how to be the listener when they go home. They take that shit home with them, and they still want to be the
Right,
leader at home too.
right.
So that
Yeah.
is the slippery slope of it when it comes to listening or leading.
Hmm.
And she also said that she preferred a man to lead. And he said, I don't really believe in those traditional roles, but if there's times where I need to lead, I will lead. So do you
Mhm.
think that that could be an issue between them if he's not always leading or like being aggressive?
Um, I don't think it'll be it. There might be some times where they bump heads a little bit about it. I feel like I don't think it would be a big issue. Why? Because they haven't set that as an expectation. They both basically stated that, hey, I can fulfill either role. You know what I mean? When it's necessary. I don't want to overstep any boundaries with you and be bossy or be a leader. Like she said, I'll be the leader. And then she asks respectfully, how do you like the dynamic to be set up? And I think they both expressed their feelings about it. So I feel like they would be able to find a happy medium. Some other people may not be able to do that
That's a fact. That's a fact.
though. Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah, so I'm comfortable in both roles. I probably typically am leading more just because that's my personality. But I could do both. I could do both. I could do both. I could do
Mhm.
both. All right. Any last questions or comments, thoughts on Camille and Thomas?
Um, no. I mean, I feel like they had a pretty safe episode this go round, and they're
Right. They
cute.
are bonding. Um, they like spending time with each other.
Yeah.
They communicate.
Hmm.
Think about how they're growing physically.
Huh.
What do you think about how they're growing physically?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I thought it was pretty cute when she was like, "Oh, if Thomas was to smack my butt." First of all, ma'am, you don't have much butt,
That's a
but
shame.
because they did splash that joint, that joint was kind of. But no, I found it like pretty cool how they have a fun, flirty connection. It's not all hot, sexy, fiery, but it is cute. Like, when he kissed her by the ocean, or she said, "Hey, if Thomas was to smack me on my butt,
I
like
got
I
a
would be
problem.
okay with it."
I got
Why?
a problem with that kiss by the ocean, y'all.
Why?
It was
It was
cheesy.
too, it was
It was
too
cheesy to
sweet.
the motherfucker. It was cheesy to the motherfucker, man. We at the beach in front of the water, and I'm like, I always had a dream or fantasized or thoughts about kissing somebody by the water.
I get it, but you know what? Sometimes, like, men will think that shit is cheesy. Look, when she told the chicks, when she had her little conversation they was doing yoga, what did they all say? Oh
Uh,
my God. Oh, I love
but
that
see,
for
this
you
is what I'm
because
saying.
we like that stuff.
Right. This is what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with that. The action. Just do it though, bro. I don't like the setup, the cheesy setup. Like I don't like the cheesy setup. Like I would just go in for it and do it. Like I would just
Right,
do it.
right. I
I don't
get
like
it.
the cheesy shit. Like
Yeah, I definitely get that. But I think their physical and connection on that tip is growing nicely.
I would prefer um I would tell you after I did it. Like that's something I always wanted to do.
Right.
I wouldn't like set you up. I wouldn't set you up like yo, you know something that I always wanted to do.
Right. Do you think he maybe did it that way because he didn't know if it was, but no, I ain't gonna say because he didn't know if it was okay to kiss her because they've been
They
pecking.
big listen, right?
They've
That's
been
what I'm
kissing
saying.
and
If the
pecking.
chemistry is already there,
You don't gotta set it up
yeah,
like that.
you don't gotta
Yeah.
set it up like that. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
All right, let's go to your man Ike Raw.
Yeah. Iggy Raw and MM.
Ike Raw and Eminem, man. Ike Raw and Eminem, man. If y'all saw my video and me and Ish battled about this last episode, if y'all saw my video that I just dropped about the whole homie thing, we'll get into that in a second. We'll get into that in a second. But I want to go at the beginning where I guess they were eating or whatever, and he was telling her about how he got into it with his dad when he was younger, and then he got kicked out. He was homeless at 16, and he's just expressing his traumas and how he grew up, and about why he does the job that he does now, which is like he. I feel like he's saying that I found my purpose in giving back to kids who were just like me, so
Mhm.
they can find a way out.
Mhm.
So my question was, her being or chasing success, is she going to view it that way, or is she going to be like, this may not be enough for me?
Mhm. I think that's going to be something that as the episodes go on that we start to see possibly formulate, because I thought about that. I don't know if she seemed uninspired by
Right,
the
that's what I'm
story
saying.
or unmoved. So although I could see that she understood the statement that he was making or expressing, I don't feel like she felt it like he felt it, like felt that purpose, or even felt that it was a strong enough reason for somebody to choose that career path. I don't know. I just felt like it was a disconnect there. So yeah, I feel like it'll show up her true intentions or thoughts about that
Right.
as they do more exercises and stuff. I think it's going to come out.
Right, but I think the reason why, he's like, if that don't make you emotional, I don't know who will.
Because
But-
he felt it too.
right,
He felt
right,
it right off the bat.
right. But the reason why she didn't feel it is because, in the same token, she was expressing how she doesn't come from an emotional background. She doesn't come from that kind of struggle, so she doesn't understand that.
Right.
So a lot of times when I tell people about, you know, being with somebody who's compatible with you or that comes from what you come from, because you understand the same kind of shit.
Right.
So
Right.
if you
I
don't
get
come
it.
from that, you don't always understand it. So I think her emotional traumas, like she said, my mom was never emotional to me. She was like, I was close to my dad, and then and then she cried and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why she crying right now, but
I
she
know.
she cried and shit.
I
So
know. She did. She did. She cried hard. And I mean, I guess it seemed odd, but I guess I guess maybe at that time, it brought something out of her. It seemed out of place in a
that's what
sense.
I'm saying.
Like, okay, not that her feelings weren't to be felt. It seemed a little out of place and with respect to the statement he made. And then it kind of just shifted off of um, his story and sharing to her that. But then she showed emotion. So I was like, well, there it is. So
Yeah,
it's
but
in there.
I think she's emotionally imbalanced though.
Right. You can definitely tell that.
Right. I think
You
she's
can definitely
emotionally imbalanced, and I think he's overly emotional. So
tell.
maybe they will blend that together. We shall see.
We shall see.
We
We
shall
shall
see. We
see.
shall see. We shall see.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right. Now, before we get to the homie shit, do you have anything else on Ike and Eminem? Ike Rock.
Okay. Yeah, I think they shared a couple of sweet moments. Just like, when they were eating outside and it was raining, she wanted to take a last bite and he was trying to cover her hair. Like, I just felt like they have like a special connection in a sense, especially even when they share and it's awkward and it's a little off. Like, I think that their chemistry and their connection, their foundation building is off to a good start. Um, I do feel like she's one of those inexperienced
Right.
relationship havers. Like,
Right.
she said that she didn't date until um late high school, like, she was busy with her career. So
Right.
I feel like too that imbalance just with her being expressive or understanding or whatever the case may be her lack of experience.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Well, I always
yeah,
tell y'all, experience is the key, people. Experience is the key, people.
yes,
But
yes.
we'll see how that plays out. I think that they have a physical chemistry. I don't think that they um reached the substance yet or
Mhm,
connected outside of that. I
mhm,
don't think they have,
mhm, mhm.
but we'll see. I just
Yeah,
think that they're like the jokey shit and the on surface shit. They cool.
right.
It's not like
Yeah.
a thing. Like
Yeah, yeah, they're off to a good start for sure. Like, just in that little area. But when the shit really hit the fan, like, how is all of that going to hold up?
right,
Because it's going to hit the fan.
right, right.
It's
And
going to hit
and
the
and
fan.
this is the couple that I was speaking of when I talked about the ambiance. So while y'all are on vacation and you're in the bliss of the wedding, and then you go to the vacation spot and everything so beautiful and nice and pretty. Yeah, y'all getting along, y'all having fun, and y'all kicking it.
Hmm.
I need to see y'all at home.
Right. And regular atmosphere and regular dealings and regular everyday life. Yeah.
Right. This is
That is what
I
we
need to
going
see
to do.
them at home. All right, so Ike, they're at the boys' meeting or whatever. They at the bar, and he's telling the fellas like, yeah, she's like one of the homies, man. Like she cool. I could talk to her, kick it, whatever. She cool.
Hmm.
He come back. He tell her what happened, what he said, and she was like, the homie.
But the homie. You could be the ops. I was a friend to him. No, we're married. We're supposed to be married.
the homie? Why I gotta be the homie? I'm your wife. I'm not the homie. I'm your wife. He's like, no, you're looking at it wrong. He's like, you want to be the homie or the op? And she's like, that's my only two choices, the homie or the op. He's like, you're not listening. This is what I be talking about when I say, women, you're not listening. Once a woman becomes your girl, she stops being your friend. He's like, do you know that the fellas was like, damn, we wish we had that. He's like, do you know what that means for me to say, like, you the homie, that I feel safe with you? I feel comfortable with you. I feel like you could be my friend on top of being my wife. But you just only focused on the wife.
Yeah.
You don't want to be my friend. You want to be my wife.
Right. Right. I want to be more. I want to be noted as more than just friend, and I get it. And we've had extended conversations about this portion, um, just because I was saying I would be reactive like that at first myself. Like I would be like, "Oh, on the homie, I be busting that shit open. What you mean? I don't want to be my nigga?" But like it's in context. But also, like I softened my thoughts after like our discussions and also seeing his expressiveness about what it meant to him and what it means. And then if you see it and hear it and broken down like that, then you can kind of understand, well, you know what? Me, that's not necessarily a derogative thing, but I think um it's again also that outside perception, like you know what will other people think if he says, oh, she like the homie, like do you love it, respect, admire the homie, like so I think
Yes.
the
Do women understand that our homies are like,
right,
what the fuck are we talking about here?
right, right. I
We
know,
hold our homies in fucking high regard. Like,
I
what
know.
are we talking about here? But this is what I'm saying. They get caught up on the title, and they get caught up on the I'm the wife, I'm above the homie, or I'm above the friend. But it's like, don't look at it as the negative under the wife. Look at it as the bonus. Like, look at it as a
Right,
bonus.
right,
Like, you're not just my wife, you're
right,
also my friend.
right. And look at all that it encompasses. Like, it's not just you're there in that space, you're that plus
Right.
some.
Right.
So, you know, how what's greater than that? What's
Right.
higher than that? When you speak of relationships or marriages, like that's well rounded, and that's really what you want. So if you look at it in that context, sure, absolutely, you can call me the homie all day.
Because I think they get sidetracked or they get blinded, and then be like, "Oh, when I'm not sexy to you, or when I'm not, you don't feel you're not attracted to me. I'm just like a friend."
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
and absolutely.
no, of course I look at you like if you're my wife or if you're a person, that I mess with like that, of course I look at you like that.
Right.
But I
Right.
also, that's why I said it's a bonus. I
Mhm.
also, look at you as a friend.
Mhm.
And I can kick it with you and I feel safe with you and I can tell you shit. Niggas is not telling they what just if you just a wife, they not telling you every fucking thing. And
Right.
each you want to know everything.
I
So you
know.
need to be
So
the
yeah,
whole.
I'm always the homie anyway. But I mean, like I don't take away from it at all. I just think that, sometimes when it's heard, it just falls on that first layer. You don't really dig deep underneath to understand the concept. And when I really enjoyed when he said, she makes it easy for me to be a husband. Like when you're expressive like that, she can then know. I don't know if she fully received it, but I know
Yeah.
after me hearing it, like I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Now I can get down with that because it's a meaning behind it. Some people are not tight with their homies. They're very superficial with they niggas. Like, you know what I mean? So don't reference me as that because you don't even give a fuck about them. Like that.
See.
But that's going out left field. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you people do take those things into context depending on their person. Like they look at their person, how you treat your friends or what you doing to your friends or whatever the case may be, and be like, how am I that?
That's crazy to me because I that's why I always speak about knowing like where you come from or
Yeah,
understanding shit like that because anybody that knows me and us and our friends, we hold each other to like
right,
brothers. We hold each other to like brothers, so it's like family, and it's like we can tell each other anything. You don't want that?
right, absolutely. And that comes from a good foundation, a good foundation of men, a good foundation of friends. And if we notice, Ike Raw comes from that. We saw that in the beginning when
This girl.
his group of men. They were strong, they were solid, like, and that's what it feels good to him. Like, you know what I mean? And not all the people move like that. So sometimes you be iffy, you be putting that little one eye what you
Cause,
talking about? You talking about
Cause I get it because
friend?
I think when women hear it, we gonna move on. But I think when women hear it, they think of it like a fuck buddy. Like
Mm-hmm,
it's
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like if you was a fuck buddy, you would just be a fuck buddy.
Right,
You're not gonna be my wife and be a fuck buddy. Like
right. Yeah, that's true. That's
you
true.
was if you was just a homie, you would be just that. That's what I think
Right.
it is. They getting stuck on the just that part.
Just that part. Right. Yeah.
All right. Any last questions or thoughts on MM Ike Raw?
Um, no, no, I do have a general question, but I will save it to for the end.
You say it now, or you can wait. What's up?
Mm, You're on the island.
All right.
It rains 3 days out of the five that you're there. What y'all doing? What y'all doing on them rainy days?
All right. No, I'm no.
I already knew.
You already know what I'm doing. I'm do it. I'm getting
Right.
a
That's what I'm
couple
saying.
times, and then get back to it.
Eating, sleeping,
Right.
fucking.
And then get
And
back
then when
to it.
it's not raining.
We can even go outside and run in the rain and play in the rain a little bit. A little bit. I don't want to get
Mhm.
sick, but we go out there a little bit.
Right. Okay. Okay. Because
Go out
some
there a
people
little bit.
are just like, oh, it's raining. You can't really
The
do
rain is the
anything.
rain is an aphrodisiac for me.
Right. Yeah, like that tropical rain is something different too. It's really nice.
Right.
So,
Cuddle up and get to it.
yeah, absolutely. Okay.
What are
I
you
like
doing?
that. Same thing. I mean, see, for me, like I could definitely like I would want to be out in it a little bit. Um, like, why not be in the pool? Why it's right. Like I just be doing other stuff. So
Yeah, I've been in the pool.
in the pool doing something a little fun while it's raining, like different experiences in different elements. But I will also like, find fun activities to do. Maybe not so much outside, but even if we could find a gazebo or just a little, place outside where it's a covering and, we can have some drinks, play some spades. I don't even know how to play spades, but we're going to. You don't know how to
I
play spades?
I do the little. I like the little card games. I like the
Yeah.
little card question games.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then that's fun too. Like I just feel like, some people are pretty blah during
That's
rainy
a fact.
days when they're on vacation and they're just like, oh, it's nothing to do, it's plenty to do. Like you can still just make a good time out of a
That's
rainy
when I
day.
talk about people who are boring outside of the ambiance.
Right. Right.
You got to make shit fun outside of the ambiance, man.
Right.
Shit
Exactly.
fun outside of the ambiance. All right, people. Last but not least, I know y'all have all been waiting and anticipating. Man Bun and Michelle.
Man, by that Michelle.
Fireworks have been kicked off, man.
Oh,
Fireworks have been kicked off, man. So I was telling Ish when I first watched the episode and it started off and he was like, I'm outside. I'm enjoying this walk on the beach. My wife is in the house sleep. I was like, that's kind of odd. That's kind of odd. First of all, I don't mind you having your alone time, or even if you have a weekend and you don't want to wake her or whatever. But this ain't the time for that. That's like farther down the line. That's like farther down the line. We just got here. We just met. We just getting to know each other. I'm not leaving you right here at this point. It seems like this nigga is never in a bed with her. First of all, nigga, every
exactly.
fucking day, every time I turn around, you like, I got up early. I'm out the bed. It's like, nigga, when are you ever in the bed with Shorty? Like, go lay in the bed
Yeah.
with her. The fuck?
Like
Niggas,
ever. He's never around
yeah,
her.
niggas never in the bed with her. So I
Facts.
thought that was like extremely weird or whatever. Just, starting off, spend the time with the person. It's like I know that this is your normal routine of going to the gym. This ain't the time though, man. Like
Yeah,
if,
facts.
like even when I was in the gym heavy, when I went on I'm not going to the gym. I'm missing this day. We on vacation.
Right.
You supposed to be spending some time with Shorty getting to know her.
Facts.
So as much as we gonna get into Michelle's ass because she's a fucking psychopath, but he's playing a part in the causing of the psychopath behavior. Man, he's playing a part in the psychopath behavior, man.
Facts.
So when David, well, we talked about this a little bit earlier. When David was talking to Madison or getting advice from Madison, you view that as a red flag.
Yeah, one because well, I told you the first reason why I view it as a red flag, but two, the person you have to make sure that the person that you're attempting to get some advice or perspective from is not just generally based. Madison was giving him advice
Facts.
based on her like based on what she would like.
Facts.
She's saying, hey, you need to go and be more forceful and not walk around on eggshells. Well, Michelle's already on the
Yeah,
brink of
yeah. You try to drive her off the cliff. She already
you
nervous
trying
wreck.
to facts. So I feel like that's be the whole thing. Like I think sometimes just when people it's sad because sometimes people want to talk and be heard that they will just say it to anybody and then they will take in what that person is saying and then it's not a clear perspective of or have a full picture of really what's happening here. And so I feel like he tried to find a common space with Madison because they're going through the same process, but she didn't know fully all that was truly happening. She got one side and she
But
got his
but
side
she
first.
don't know Michelle. She don't know that Michelle's already crazy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
So
she's
it's
telling him
just
to be more forceful,
right.
and she already worried. Like, she already feel like it's being too much pressure put on her. So I want to
Okay.
say, Michelle was like basically on the phone having another meltdown. We already had the meltdown about the living arrangement. Now we're just having a meltdown in general because she's like, we're not connecting, we're not talking right. It's always awkward. I feel like he talks too fucking much. First of all, like shut the
Yeah,
fuck
he's
up, my nigga. Just shut
he's
up.
uh,
You just
he's
be talking,
uh,
and then when he talks, it's like I don't know if it's the tone of how he talk or if it's the speed. Something is like nigga, calm down. So I'm like bring it back in a little bit. Like say
right.
one word or something. Like so I don't know, but it's fucking off, man. It's fucking off. So she was questioning um to herself or whoever she was talking to on the phone. Do you think she was being a brat or is she just noticing some red flags?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
I do feel like, I mean, because we heard her conversation where she said, I'm shutting down. I'm not giving things a chance. I don't want to move past. I'm having to move past things that I don't want to move past. So and she says, and I understand, and the person on the other line, and maybe her sister or something, was just like, but he comes from a good family, he's a good guy. Like you should give him a chance, and you should kind of just like pull back a little bit and just at least enjoy the time while you're on your trip, etc.
All right, so before we get into that shit, being as though the living arrangement shit has been such a big deal, and you like the truth all the time, Ish, do you think he should
Mhm.
have told her at that point in time?
No, I get it. No, it shouldn't have led with that on a wedding night. Like there's times when, we organically grow together and talk about some shit and be like, oh, well, hey, here's what this situation is, but it ain't at the wedding. Time and place. This is a time and place situation for sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. So then, for some obscene reason or unknown reason, he was at the gym telling Madison about. Yeah, I also have to tell her that I got a tattoo of my ex on me. So you think I should tell her that right now?
Wow.
And she's already overwhelmed about the living arrangement,
Mhm.
and now you tell her about the tattoo, which I don't think the tattoo is a huge thing, but given this situation, it's a huge thing because she's
Yeah,
already overwhelmed from the living shit. So he tells her about the tattoo, and she's appalled. Like, why would
that's
you even get this tattoo? Like, why? Just why? You shouldn't get nobody's name tattooed on you. Just why? I was like,
she was
whoa,
repulsed. She was
right.
repulsed.
So I don't know. So you say he shouldn't have told her about how do you feel about him telling her about the tattoo situation?
That would have come up organically when y'all was at the pool, y'all was at the beach, and she'd be like, "Who is that?" And you
Miss
could
Pussy
say,
never said anything about any of your tattoos, nigga. She never said, "Let me see," and went through your tattoos. Never, not
"Yeah, I
never.
didn't, I didn't understand." Like I'm all cool for organic conversation and relaying it, truthful answers, truthful responses. That's what I mean when I say I like the truth. These type of things to me are awkward. So for you to know that she is in an overwhelmed space where it is not necessarily connecting, you feel like after you spoke to Madison that you should just come up from the gym, sit on the couch, and be like, Yeah. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, I was in a 16-year relationship, off and on. And oh, by the way, I got her name tattooed. Like, you're weird, my nigga. My nigga. Like,
All right,
you are weird.
let's stay right there for a second. Could it be that? Yeah, I think he's weird too. But could it be that the pressure he's feeling pressure to try to be something or try to prove himself, like try to prove that I'm open and honest and I want to tell you everything, but you're rushing it,
Yes. Yeah.
rushing
And
the
that's,
process.
yes. And that's what I mean by weird. Like, I don't think he's just taking, how most people, they're able to read the room or read the
Yeah, I
energy.
got that in my notes. He don't know how to read none of the rooms. He don't know how to
No,
read the bathroom. He don't know how to read the sign on the door. He don't know how to read. He can't read nothing. He can't. That nigga can't read
he
nothing.
can't
He don't
read.
know how to
He
read.
he don't know how to read at all, at all. And I think that's what always gets him stuck with his foot in his mouth. It's just the fact that he's just not picking up that, hey, listen, I'm doing too much. I'm saying too much. I'm not saying the right thing. So why then continue to compile on that is already a mess?
See, this is why when I was younger, I would always say less is more, people. This is why
Right.
when I was younger, I would always say less is more. Because you go and talk yourself out of some pussy because you ain't know how to shut the fuck up. Now, if she's asking you a question, then answer the question. But she ain't asking you none of this shit. You
No,
just
not at all.
talking. And you talking about shit. You supposed to be getting to know her, not telling her, well, I live with my parents and I got my ex's name tattooed on me. Get to know her first. This is what I be talking about when I tell people all the time. You gotta get to know somebody. Y'all rushing. Everybody's rushing to get to the finish line. If it's meant for y'all or if y'all feel the connection, you gonna get to the finish line.
Facts. Facts. And I do think that for him, those are possibly sore spots and insecurities of his living at home with mom, this the history of his ex. And these are things that he feels so adamant about putting in the forefront to make it seem like I'm ahead of this. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's feeling a certain way about these things. And it's not delivering well. It's she's not for none of this shit. And I feel like also he's now looking desperate. Like, I don't know, he's grasping for straws. And it's like he's sinking.
That's
And
a
it's
fact.
it's hard to watch.
It is hard to watch.
It's,
It is hard to watch. I got in
it's
my
like,
notes. I got in my notes that they both just don't even know how to communicate with each other because some of the shit that she said, I don't know if I'm still here at this point. I might already went home.
she already checked out.
I might
She
already
is
went home to some of the shit that she said. All right, but before I get into that, I want to ask you: is the X name tag thing an issue?
no, not for me. Mm-mm,
Ha-
not for
has
me, but
has it been an issue on the reverse end?
yes.
What was the issue?
Um, it was there.
Why you still got it?
Hmm.
Wow,
But it wasn't like an argument or
just a
like you
question.
need to do that. It was a question and the vibes, the feeling that is there still. Like why you even got it. They're still not necessarily being said outright, but just placing that in the atmosphere. Like, you know what I mean? In discussions like roundabout.
All right,
So,
well, let me say this. I have mine, and, and mine will always stay
mhm,
because it deserves to stay.
right.
And on the reverse end of that, I'm skiing right on top of that nigga name. I don't give two fucks. I be skiing right over that shit. The fuck are we talking about, man? People be so like, no, this is my person. They ain't supposed to have nobody else's name. Get your fucking life. People have a life before or after you, or however it plays out, man. Stop being with the. They hold on and shit like, no, you still got that. That means you still love them. No, the fuck that don't gotta mean that.
Right. It's just a meaningful portion of your life. Like,
Right.
why does it have to still hold any current feelings
That's
and
just like
think
if
that's what
that's your
you
baby
prefer?
father or that's my baby mom, it's still gonna be my baby father. I mean your baby father or my baby mom, whether we together or not. So why does that have to be a thing? Like
I think I know. But you know that's a big thing for some people. And I don't
it
know
is, and I'm
why.
like, why? Why are you tripping over that, dog? That's
Yeah.
insecure shit to me.
Yeah.
That's insecure shit to me. But
Yeah.
all right, let's get into these crazy maniacs, man. So they sitting on the couch, right?
Hmm.
And he says, well, are you physically attracted to me? I thought that question was out of I think all his questions be out of the fucking blue in left field. I think all his questions be out of the blue and left field. But I'm also confused because she said, well, you only asked me surface vague shit. And I'll be like, I don't think that he asked you surface vague shit.
Not
I think he asked you left field shit that he shouldn't be asking you yet.
right. I agree with that, but it's
She
not
said,
surface
right,
stage
it's not
shit.
surface shit. But she said, well, not right now. How is it? I'm asking you as a woman, you see, I don't understand how y'all do this. Sometimes attractive shit, sometimes not attractive shit. So you gotta explain it to me. What do you mean not right now?
Because if you remember initially, she said he's my type, or
Exactly. So how are you not attracted to me?
because his the things that she knows about him or has learned about him, the
Right,
things that she's seeing about him are
but
turning
did
her
that,
off.
but did that change my physical appearance?
No, but your behaviors are ugly. That's what
Okay,
she's saying.
okay,
Your behaviors make you unattractive sometimes. You know
right,
how you can see
right,
a pretty
right,
girl and mhm,
right. But that wasn't the question.
right,
The question was, are you physically attracted to me?
right. Yeah, that's
See how y'all
but
trying
we've
to
talked
combine
about.
that shit? Y'all
No, I
combine
know,
that shit.
but we've talked about that, and yes, that physical is attracted to that mental. If they're for women, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to separate the two. They kind of go hand in hand. Is it the right way? No. Well, who's to say it's right? Who's to say it's wrong? But that's definitely would be happening because it gets unattractive at some point.
Each. This is why I don't understand it. I'll say it as simply as I can, man. If
Hmm.
you have a nasty attitude towards me, and I don't like your behaviors or your personality or something about you that may be throwing me off, I cannot say your titties are not attractive.
Right.
It don't work like that.
Right. I
Your
know, but
titties
I
still
can.
titty. Your
Your
titties still
titties
titty.
still to the end. I mean, that's just like, for some people, he could be handsome. They've had the best sex ever. He's got the best dick ever. But let him do some things that are hurtful or cringy or whatever the case may be, it's gonna slowly dwindle. She's gonna still know that it's there, but she's gonna slowly not be
I don't
attracted that
understand
way.
shit. I don't
I
understand.
know.
The reason why I don't understand it is because you can simply say, "I'm not fucking with you right now."
Right, but you're still attractive. Like, yeah,
Right.
still there. I know.
Now,
I,
how did I all of a sudden become unattractive? I don't fucking
right. I
understand it.
can
Just say I'm not
understand it.
fucking with you right now. Like
Right.
I'm not fucking with what you said or what you did, or I'm not fucking with you as a person. You
As a
can't
person.
all of a sudden say a person is not physically attractive.
Right.
when they
Right.
were physically attractive to you.
Right.
They didn't
2 days
change their
ago.
physical. You're
2
right.
days ago.
2 days
Right.
ago, they didn't change their physical.
No, I definitely do get that. I don't know why. It's like the brain and the pussy is connected
That shit is
for
insane.
sure.
Y'all could keep that shit. I'm glad my shit don't operate like that because
Right.
sometimes I see how women go without having sex.
All
There it
the
is. There it is right there.
Yeah,
That
because
is
all
how
of
they
the
go. That is how they
yes.
go without sex because their brain's not there, so they don't physically have the urge. Even if my brain is not there, my dick is still gonna get hard, sis. I don't know what the fuck you think is
Right.
going
I don't know what she's talking about. Yeah.
well, that ain't happening, man.
Hmm.
All right, so this is a part that stuck out to me, and where he said, "I want to know everything about you," and she said, "I don't want you to know anything about me right now." I said, "God damn, sis."
That's why I said that bitch is checked out. She is checked out. She don't give a fuck what David got to say, what he wants to know, what he do, where he go. Because he was telling, I'm going to the pool, I'm going outside. All right, bye, sir.
And that's
She
him
does
not
not
reading
care.
the room.
Not reading the room.
Just get out,
Not
nigga.
reading. She went into the bedroom. He walked out the patio door, said, I'm gonna go outside for a second.
Right.
She walked in the room. He comes from outside of the patio back in to say something to her and then say, I'm going in the pool right out that door. And it's just like, dude, you're not what good at picking up the vibe.
Right, but I think that's also conditioning. I think
Hmm.
that's also conditioning. So it's like you don't know how to communicate or read the room or carry a woman or know like when it's time to shut up or exit
Hmm.
and just let
Hmm.
it be. And
Hmm.
then nobody told you. Nobody
Right.
told you, or you didn't just learn. Like if that was me, and she was like, "No, I need my space right now." I'm not gonna follow you into the next room and be like, "I'm gonna go out this door." What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right. I think do you think that he just don't have no game? Do you think that
Right,
he's right, right. He just don't have no game.
right.
Nobody told him the lessons of love.
No, I don't think nobody can teach you that shit. You gotta
Okay, you
learn it.
think that's something you gotta learn.
Yeah, you gotta learn it. Like some, you could pick up little things here and there, but you
Hmm.
have to like. That's why I talk about experience. You have to like go through the experience of it to be like, all right, I handled this like this, and that didn't really go good. I'm
Hmm.
assuming do like this next time. Like
Right,
shit that you gotta kind of go through and experience, and find your way. And certain
right.
people have to find what works for them. Sometimes people
Hmm.
don't know what works for them, and they try to. That's why I said you can't always be taught it because you trying to do some shit that nigga did, and that ain't gonna work for you.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work for you, man. So,
Yeah.
like I
Baby.
said, that he don't know how to read the room, and her room is the ice cold. The air is on in that bitch.
Okay. The air, the fan. Yeah. She got it a freezer in that joint.
She got central air on 64 on that bitch. She got central air on 64 on that
That's
motherfucker.
facts.
And
That's
he just
facts.
walking around.
Yeah, it's super bad. It's super bad.
The worst. The worst, man.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the calling and the texting, yeah, it's just bad.
Any more yeah, how do you feel about that calling and texting shit? Like you my
So,
wife. I ain't I supposed to call and check on you.
mm, right.
So how you feel about that?
Um, I think that is a slippery slope because I think sometimes you feel like you feel I don't know what I should do. Like I don't want to overstep boundaries, like give the space, but then I also don't want them to be like, well, damn, like me, they ain't even check on me, they ain't make sure I was cool, they didn't do X, Y, and Z. So you kind of, are battling with yourself about how you should do. I feel like, yeah, check on me. Like, yeah, I might need some space, but check on me. And I feel like if you need some space, I'm gonna shoot you a little text. You cool. All right, kissy face. See you in a little bit. Talk to you in a little bit, or something like that. You know what I mean? Just to, hey, listen, we have some discord right now. Like, you know what I mean? We're not on the same page right now. We're going through our emotions, but you're still my man. You're still my husband. I still love you. We still bang. We ain't going nowhere. Just to put that, because sometimes when there's that separation during fights, a gazillion things can go through your head, or disagreements or whatever. A gazillion things can go through your head. Like, we ain't on the same tip right now. I'm feeling some type of way. A small little thing could help, but his shit is overkill.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I'm about to
His
say.
shit's overkill.
His shit is overkill because he's not allowing any time in between. Like she
Right.
said, I need space, and then he like texting her or calling her like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Nigga,
Not like that. No.
give it
I
some
don't mean
time. Give it some
yeah.
time, buddy. Give it some time.
Yeah, I
So,
don't mean like that. I mean like maybe a couple hours
right.
or something like, hey,
I think that I see what the problem is with David and Michelle, and it's something that I probably may have been through or seen close up, like through my own personal experiences.
okay.
They matched them by what they said they wanted physically. Other than that, what else did y'all match them for?
Yeah. 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 Because I mean, they it- honestly, um, other than like the family, like they're big lovers of family. Like he's a strong family um person, and so is she. She's got her mother, her two sisters and stuff. Um, but career wise, I haven't seen them like discuss anything similar, no similar likes or interests, or that we know of. Because maybe they do. We ain't
But
even be
they
able to
never
get
get
to that point.
there.
We
Right.
ain't get past him living with his mama.
Right. We still stuck on it.
Yeah, we
We
still
stuck on that
stuck
shit
on it.
every day.
And then
We on that.
yes, and then she kills me when she says, I feel like I'm going in circles. Well, bitch, that's because you keep talking about the same shit too. And he is stuck and lost in a space where he is extra and he don't know what to do, but he's spinning his fucking wheels trying to get about this rut that he's in. So he's making it even worse. Like they're both just on my nerves.
Just dumb. They both just dumb and they don't know how to communicate. They
Yeah,
both just dumb. They don't know how to communicate.
right.
And I think that he's just doing too much and she
Hmm.
don't know how to react to everything that he's doing.
Yeah, just facts. Just facts.
So,
And then I know, we've talked about it still, but then he did the same thing on the boat.
facts.
Like instead of saying, it's a beautiful time, like look at the sky, look at it's quiet, peaceful, are you enjoying yourself? Like, just simple shit. Like, are you not going to talk to me or whatever it is you said? Like, what? And she just like, here we go again. And I don't know. He just does too much.
He don't know how to shut up. He don't know how to shut
Um,
up. He just
he
don't know how to
does
shut up.
too
He don't
much.
know how to shut up. And I did have a question about that whole family thing because
That was weird too.
he was like, "I'm close with my family," and are you close with your family? She was like, "Why do you want to know that?" Bitch, you just told him that he's asking vague questions. Now, when he asks you a serious, substance-full question, you going to say, "Why would you want to know that?" I'm not
Right.
asking you shit else, bitch. I'm sick of
That's it
y'all.
exactly. That's it exactly. Because it's like I'm trying, and even if I'm awkward in my trying, like I'm attempting to get to know you, to talk about something different other than X, Y, and Z. And he even said, I want to know everything about you. I don't want you to think that I'm just trying to find a happy place to make you happy. Every which way I turn, it ain't good enough for you.
He gotta stop turning.
That's it. He gotta ignore.
Right.
When you see
Sometimes
when he
that
got up and
works.
walked, yeah,
Sometimes that works the best.
you see when he got up and walked away from the table, she was sitting there looking a little retarded. But
Right.
then he did what he did. I'm
Right back.
sorry.
Right.
Yo, that's the
Sometimes,
body of upset you'll ever see me get.
right. That sometimes that's what works, nigga. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up and let her come to you and let her ask the questions, and just go by
Right.
that. Let
Yeah.
her lead and the talking, because even when he asked her about the family shit or whatever, it's the way he was talking to her. I could
Mhm.
see why she's receiving it that way. It's that your voice is like overpowering me.
So let me ask you something. Like in knowing that it is just something about him that itches her the wrong way. Like, how do you get past that? Is this
Shut
something
up.
right? But I mean, but what if that just doesn't go away?
No, it will go away. If he
Okay.
shuts up,
It
she's
is.
going to just talk to him regularly. See him, the way he's doing it, it's like he's interrogating her.
All right. Got it.
And that's why she's, feeling overwhelmed and
She's
shit.
feeling overwhelmed. Got it.
He just gotta let her ask the questions or let her lead the conversation and then just respond.
Right.
You don't owe as the guy, I know y'all motherfuckers be talking about this leadership and all the time. You don't have to lead every conversation.
Right. 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 This is true.
Let her
This
fucking
is
lead the
true.
conversation. And then
Hmm.
they could see if they have similarities or things they like. Like I was even happy that she said if we were like past this point, or if like we had talked or we had got to know each other first, I would have looked past that shit already.
Yes, she did say that. And that's so true because
Right.
building a foundation of knowledge and friendship and knowing your person will help you not see those small flaws that don't have to be big boulders
That's why I
right now.
said if she already liked him, she wouldn't give a fuck that you live with your parents. She would just be like, well, come live with me until we find our own place. Cause she already
Mm,
like you.
right.
You
Right.
gotta get her to like you first, my nigga, before you start spilling out shit.
That's facts. He ain't even get that opportunity. It's like we just walked down the aisle. Oh, by the way, I live with my parents.
Thanks.
And then you say it's an apartment, but you say I mean, you say it's an apartment, but then you say you live with them. You could just say I live attached to my family in a
Why
duplex.
even say that?
Why even say that? Right, right.
Like, why even say that? That must have been a thing of, you know, last girl he tried to talk to or whatever. She probably was like, "You live with your parents, nigga."
Right.
So he was, as like I'm saying, he's one of those people. Like, let me just get this shit out of the way,
Uh,
so she don't think I'm hiding anything. Nigga, you can't hide something that nobody asked you. This is what I be saying all the time. It's
hmm.
not a lie. Nobody asked you.
Right. I can't. Oh, David. Oh, David. I gotta
David
see
is
how
the
much more he gonna put himself in the hole.
David
Uh-huh.
needs the fucking doctors, right? If the doctors ain't on the next episode, they ain't making it. They not gonna make
At
it to the
all.
next episode if the doctors don't
At
come.
all. The
If the
producers
doctors don't
already
come,
had this. Yes.
they not making it past the next episode. They need the
At,
doctors right now because the doctors are going to tell them do these little exercises, and this is how y'all learn how to communicate with each other. That's the problem.
right.
A lot of people don't know how to communicate with everybody. You don't communicate with everybody the same.
Right. At all. At all. And if you don't have anybody guiding you, or just helping you to see different perspectives positively, then you just gonna keep on that, same little cycle. And they definitely need the doctors right away. Like you said, next episode. But I feel
So
like they're going to be wrapping up Mexico, heading back to Chicago, and falling into their apartment life together.
right, but we seen on past seasons where if we come back from the honeymoon and we ain't clicking, I ain't going to the apartment.
That's facts. And I feel like that's how exactly how Michelle gonna be. Michelle gonna be like, no, I ain't living with him. Or he might be like, I'm going to my mama's.
I'm going to my mama's basement. That
I'm
is
going to my
wild.
mama's. That's
It's
wild.
wild. All right. Any last thing on episode 5? I think this was a great episode, though.
Yeah.
I like this episode. It might have been my favorite episode so far.
Okay.
I like this episode.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it as well. It's definitely the dynamics are starting to really be like rolling, just in regards to just more of the compatibility designs that we're beginning to see, like how they may mesh, how they may not mesh, and all of that good stuff. And we've started to see it in the beginning, but now it's just getting a little bit more, not deeper, not fully deeper, but we're starting to see more of their communication
Yeah,
styles with one another.
we get into the layers. We get into the layers. We
Yes,
get into the layers.
yes,
And I just want to reiterate the communication aspect. You gotta learn how to communicate with whoever you're talking to, because some people you can push, some people you gotta pull, some people you gotta handle certain ways. You you won't know that until you go through it.
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And
So
learn how to read the fucking room, David.
I just
Shit.
don't think that's a skill that he has.
Niggas do
It's
not know how
obvious.
to read. Shit, like, fuck.
And my thing is, like, even sometimes, how a person cannot know how to read the room. Like, even sometimes it might be hard for you to even pick it up. Not you per se, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes you go in a room and it's a little difficult for you to pick up on and read it right away. But at some point, the shit start clicking, and you are then able to adjust and read the fucking room. David just doesn't. Maybe he's partially blind, and he just
I
doesn't.
told you he never learned how to read. That's why he still live in the basement. He don't know how to read.
Yes, I can. Poor David. Poor David.
This nigga
But
blind.
I hope he get it together. Next episode, I'm hype. I'm hype about next episode.
Yeah, next episode I am hype. I can't wait to see next episode.
Yes.
I do hope that the doctors are there, because I do believe in the exercises. The exercises do bring out different things, whether that be good things or bad things.
Right.
The exercises are important, and I
Hmm.
want the people to know that when we see the exercises come into play,
Hmm.
you can implement those exercises
Yeah, facts.
into your real life.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope people are. I hope people are. I hope these topics, or what they're going through, and what these doctors are going to be saying, and the exercises they give them little cards. They give them a lot of little different exercises. Do them. Apply them somehow.
Because when people be like, "Yo, I was with such and such for this amount of time and I never knew them," I'd be like, "Cause y'all never fucking talked." The fuck we talk? We go out to dinner or we go to the movies, X, Y, and Z, and you have surface conversations. Of course, you was with them for a long time and you never knew them because y'all never talked.
Right. Thanks. Thanks. Some people are just surface level people.
I remember when we was having I was having a conversation about the vacation shit, and he said, "Well, why would how would he know, what places I've been on vacation?" I said, "I don't know who the fuck y'all be talking to, but any girl that I'm talking to, I'm gonna ask you, where have you been? What the fuck are we
Right.
talking about?"
Right. What are we talking about? I'm going to ask. It's going to come up in general
Right.
conversation, or whatever the case may be. But but that's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people just don't take the time to, because either they don't care to know, they don't want to know, or um they are afraid. Not afraid, but they're awkward.
Very awkward.
Like, David can't get two questions out. He might want to know, he might care to know, but he can't function.
Yeah, people don't know how to hold conversations. That's what
Yeah, that's
people don't know
great.
how to hold conversations, and
Hmm.
that's why I be saying Don't be confused by the ambiance. Don't be confused by the vacations. Don't be confused by the dinners. Don't be confused by the shopping trips. Don't be
Right.
confused by the gifts and all of that shit.
Right.
Make sure that you can have a conversation and it just be y'all two, and that's it.
That's it.
Even
Mm-hmm.
even in that, make sure that even when you're sitting in the quiet, that you like sitting in the quiet with that person.
With that person, right?
I'll be giving y'all some jewels. Y'all don't fucking listen.
Yeah,
Hard
of
headed
course.
bastards. Hard headed
Right.
bastards.
Hard
Any,
hit.
any last words each?
I'll be listening. I'll be listening. No, I did enjoy this episode. Can't wait to the next episode. I hope everybody is caught up and just as excited to see what's going to happen next episode as we are.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Who gonna give us the most shit next week? Who
We
what's
already
your
know it's gonna
contestant?
be David and Michelle. We already know they already hit it down Shit's Creek. They
I
already hit it
think
down Shit's
they
Creek.
yes, I think
Who
they're gonna
who
be the
fucks next
consistent.
episode is the question.
Who fucked the next I know, I don't know. I can't tell because everybody is holding this steady pace of building.
Right.
Nobody hasn't dropped the draws yet.
I'm going
So
on Thomas.
Camille Thomas, you think they going
Camille and Thomas fuck on the next episode because they're at peace with each other and they gotta fuck to see if they really like each other.
right? Okay. If I had to say somebody, I'm gonna say M and Ike Raw.
Like he raw, is he gonna hit it raw dog?
Probably. Because I can't hold on to Carla and Juan anymore. Like I feel like they definitely gonna wait like
Yeah,
90
I
days.
think they're purposely waiting though.
Yeah, yes, purposely waiting.
Yeah, they're purposely waiting. Man. I'm good. What's the longest time you purposely waited? He's like, what is purposely waiting?
Next question. Like, no, I don't know. I don't purposely wait. I don't think I've ever purposely waited. I didn't say, you know what? Um, I'm going to wait 90 days. I'm going to wait 60 days. I've never done that. I'm sorry. I go or do,
I,
vibes,
I
feeling.
purposely waited probably like a month.
And what did that purpose serve? What was the outcome of that?
The purpose was I had to reel myself back in because I was on a smashing spree.
Okay. Okay.
so
Well, yeah.
so I wanted to get to know the person first.
Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. And I mean, obviously that's important. It has deeper meaning, and that's what Juan and Carla are doing, and I can definitely appreciate that. Um, Sometimes there are reasons for it, but I don't purposely do it. Like just say I'm gonna wait. Like if it happens or something doesn't happen or just whatever the case may be, that's different to me.
I purposely said I was gonna wait,
Right. Yeah.
and I just let it happen when it happened, but I wasn't trying to smash,
Right. I got you. I got you.
and I just let it
Yeah.
happen when it happened.
Happen when it happened. Yeah. I got you.
All right, people. This is our Married at First Sight episode 5 recap. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit that loud bell notification so you don't miss a thing. And we will see y'all after next episode. Who do y'all got staying together? Who do y'all have breaking up? Will David and Michelle have a fight? A real fist fight.
Not a real fist fight. Listen, I cannot. I can't. They look like it though. Man bun look like he going down.
Facts. I'm so
Okay.
sick of this nigga's hair. Like, nigga, put that shit in a ponytail.
And then when he wears it all the way
It look
down, he is
dumb.
everything about him is just oddball.
It look dumb, man. But episode 5, people. Until the next time, deuces.
Peace.